Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Daytime Tri-Cities. I'm Chris McIntosh, and along with the lovely and ever-talented Amy Lynn, we're here on a Thursday morning, and this is actually my Friday.
I'm
taking a little long weekend this weekend.
And a lot of people are off on Monday, Martin Luther King Day. So
I think you're taking
weekend.
Monday off.
Yeah.
I'll be flying solo. Yeah, you'll have a long weekend. I'll have a long weekend.
Yeah,
so
we got a lot of fun things coming up on the show tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of fun things coming up on the show today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and we're both here, so neither of us are billionaires this morning.
No.
Which you actually said you stayed up and watched the drawing.
I did watch the drawing, and they got disappointed. We had one card that had the Powerball number.
Oh, that's
so
good.
it's $8.
You got $8.
I got $8 last night. So.
Well, I'm surprised you're even here. I'm a winner. Actually, it was funny.
Yeah.
I forgot about it until I was on my way to work, and I was listening to the national news on the radio, and they were like, and there are 3 Powerball winners, and I was like,
and one of them was in Tennessee.
And then when they said that, I got kind of excited. But
Yeah.
then, of course, it's kind of on the other side of the state. But
way out on the western end of the state, Tipton
and then
County.
California and Florida. So
Yes.
at least someone won it. And now it starts over again at like what? Hardly anything.
Mere
I mean,
pocket
is it even
change
enough?
of like
Yeah.
$15 million or
I
something
mean,
like that.
we're all spoiled now, right?
So,
But congratulations to
Yes.
them. Of course, we know where the tickets were sold, but no one's come forward yet to say, hey, I'm the lucky winner.
they're hiring tax attorneys and doing all that stuff right now.
I am sure.
It's $538 million a piece.
That's
So,
pretty nice.
I would
I
just
wouldn't
take.
mind sharing it with 3
I would
people.
take $5.38. I mean, I really would.
I mean,
I'm
lunch,
not,
right?
I'm not a greedy person. I'm really
No.
not. I mean, it would be nice.
It would be nice.
But Mark Cuban did say something the other day. He said that, if you're happy without anything,
Yeah.
you're going to be happy after you win the lottery.
True.
If you're unhappy, you're probably going to be unhappy too. So it's a lot of truth there.
Like, there we go. Yes, there is a lot of truth to that.
Yeah.
I know. Hey, exciting morning. Of
Yes.
course, the nominations came out for the Oscars,
Yes.
the 88th Annual Academy Awards that are coming up in February. I love the Academy Awards. They're so fun.
I do. That's a good show. It really is.
There's the pomp and circumstance of it.
Everybody
I
gets a little
love.
more dressed up than they did for the Golden Globes.
Yes.
And stuff like
very
that. So,
formal.
Very formal. So.
Black tie, red carpet, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of interesting categories. Of course, I don't think I have seen any of the Best Picture nominees yet, but
I
My
haven't
work's
either.
cut out for me.
And that's the thing. Mad Max Fury Road, I'm going to watch. The Big Short, The Bridge of Spies, I really want to watch because we have like a local tie to that. And Brooklyn, those are 4 of them. And there's more.
Right.
Let's see the Martian. I really want to see, and
I do too.
and I really
I
want to
see
see The
that.
Revenant. And I'm hearing great things about the movie Room and Spotlight as well.
And
so.
Matt Damon was also nominated for
Yes.
actor in a leading role with The Martian too. So that's
Yeah.
going to be interesting, and a lot of information coming out, so you can stay tuned later on in the day, and I'm sure you'll continue to hear reaction from the nominees, and we will look forward to the show coming up February 28th. Do you go to any big Oscar parties?
I've been to a few Oscar parties. I actually took place in some Oscar pools at one time. You actually,
that's
like fantasy
fun.
football, except for the Oscars. You get to pick the winners.
I would be way better at that than
Maybe
those
we ought to do
bracket
that here at the
things.
show.
I think
is
we
do
should.
an Oscar pool.
That'd be fun.
Pick all the winners, and whoever
Yeah.
we'll take it home.
I think that would be a great
Yeah.
idea. We'll do something new. Surely I've got a better chance at that than sports.
Oh,
so.
I think your odds are much better on this than the lottery or sports. So.
Yeah. Hey, another sad day, though, as well. Alan Rickman passed away.
Professor Snape is what he's probably best known as.
Such a mysterious character. I never
and the
did
voice,
really figure him out.
He has a voice that cannot be duplicated. He really can.
So
it's just.
unique.
He's a great actor. At 69 years old, died from cancer, and so sad.
He was in
he
Robin
brought
Hood. He was in Die Hard.
Love Actually.
Yeah,
he was
that
in
one
Robin
too.
Hood, Quickly Down Under, just a few, just Dogma. I'm trying to remember some of the other movies he was in. Just some great, great movies. Some that weren't so great, but he made them better.
Yeah,
and that's the
he
mark
was-
of a great actor.
And a lot of people very surprised. He had been apparently battling cancer and kept it very hush-hush.
Yes,
So.
it was kind of like
very
along the
sad.
same lines as David Bowie. So,
Yeah, and
hate
both
to see
69.
that. Hate to see that.
69 years old, so he will
69.
be greatly missed.
And then we have some great news for a local restaurant.
Yeah, a big congratulations
Yes.
going out to the Harvest Table, of course, in Meadowview, Virginia, one of the top 10 farm-to-table
restaurant.
restaurants in the country. So a big congratulations to them. And of course, there they are right there in Meadowview, Virginia. They've been on the show a few times, but we have never actually gotten to go out there, and I would love to see their farm and see how they do it. So we are going to do it. We're going to do that coming up very soon, so we can kind of show you how that works.
And you can check them out there on tablelog.us and check that out. But that is such a great concept of being able to know exactly where your food is coming from, even though you're at a restaurant.
And the story behind that restaurant is just really, really cool. So go read about that online, and hopefully we'll be taking you out to their farm and taking you into their restaurant coming up very soon. We're going to put that on our to-do list.
Yes.
We got a lot of fun things to do for daytime.
We're just kind of waiting for it to warm up a little bit.
Yeah, we're hibernating. we're bringing our guests in here today. Gonna be a lot of fun. Anita DeAngelis is back on the show.
She's right over there.
She's thinking ahead to the warmer weather, spring season.
And looking ahead to April, we're talking Thirsty Orange Brew Extravaganza. Yes, with Stephanie. Yes.
And we're getting ready for Valentine's Day. Liz Bouchon is in our kitchen serving it up sassy. She's got these little mini black forest cakes. They're so pretty. I can't wait to see how to make them.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll go over there and check that out, and you handle the rest of the show. It's going to be a lot of fun. Stay with us on Daytime.
Food City is the premier sponsor of Daytime Tri-Cities.
Alrighty. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Don't get used to this treatment, though, you know.
I know, you guys treat me so poorly.
Your first day back.
After a cold start this morning, a lot of sunshine. Today is going to be really, really nice with sunshine through the afternoon. We're headed towards the low 50s today. Unfortunately, it won't last very long. We're looking at more change coming in starting tomorrow with clouds and some showers late in the day on Friday, 49. It gets even colder over the weekend, 42 Saturday. A little light wintry mix possible here in the Tri-Cities. Some light snow coming in through Sunday, and then some Arctic air. Haven't said that much this year, but Arctic air means really cold air. Expected early next week, highs in the 20s and overnight lows in the single digits to low teens by Monday night.
Well, we are rolling out our own red carpet this morning as one of our favorite guests makes her return. Anita DeAngelis is back with us this morning to give us a little sneak peek at the spring season at the Mary V. Martin School of the Arts, and it's great to have you back.
It's really good to be back. I always like coming on the program.
And I always love to have you, and now looking ahead to some warmer weather, which is nice.
Yes.
Spring season.
That's right, spring season.
Forget that Arctic air that Jeremy was talking about.
We're not going to think about it.
But you've got some really cool things lined up for the spring season.
We do, and as always, we're very excited. And it'll be upon us before we know it.
Yeah, so we're going to kind of give you just a little bit of information on some of the fun things that you can expect as we move forward. And starting with a Jerry Douglas.
Yes, this is going to be a special treat. Jerry Douglas presents the Earls of Leicester. And, you know, Jerry says that this is his dream team of musicians. But the Earls of Leicester won a Grammy Award in 2015 for their first release. Wow. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Barry Bales will be there and other notable names in the bluegrass world. So we're super excited about this.
Oh, that is awesome. So folks can already get their tickets for something like this?
Absolutely. The tickets are selling pretty rapidly right now.
I would bet.
Yeah.
And then Drew Lynch.
Drew Lynch is a comedian, and many people will remember that name because he was the runner-up last year with America's Got Talent.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
And he's actually here for an evening of health, wellness, and the arts, which is something that we do with the College of Public Health at ETSU and the College of Medicine. So it's going to be a little bit different probably than his general comedy performance, but you know, it's Drew Lynch.
Yeah,
so,
and he's funny, and he's witty.
Yeah, and he laughs about himself, and I think it's important that we hear his message. He has overcome a lot of hurdles in his career, in his short career.
Yeah.
But he's doing great things, so we're excited.
Cool. Well, that'll be really neat to see.
Yeah.
And then you've got Push Physical Theater, which we found them on YouTube. Very interesting.
They are so cool, so cool. I've had an opportunity to see them perform twice, and I've told people that they do a piece that uses iPads, and I cannot wrap my head around it. Every time I see it, I'm like, how did they do that?
Oh, I love when you see stuff like that, and you're like, how did they put that together?
So it's dance, it's theater, it's acrobatics, it's contortion. It's just really remarkable.
It's amazing how they get their bodies to move like that, right?
Yes, yes.
All right, and then we've got a quartet.
We have a string quartet that's called Dali Quartet. They're originally from South America, so they're classically trained musicians, but they have a lot of Latin music infused into their concerts as well. And that's an activity that we're doing in partnership with the Academy of Strings. We love the Academy of Strings.
So talented.
Yes, and they have such an important mission to educate the children in our area. So
look forward to that coming up in April. And then Art and Craft, different than Arts and Crafts.
That's right. Art and Craft is part of our Southern Circuit Tour of Independent Filmmakers, and it's a film about a well-known art forger named Mark Landis. And in addition to the filmmaker, Mark Landis is coming. So I suspect we're going to have some pretty lively conversation over this one.
I would bet.
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite a feather in your cap.
Yes, it's pretty exciting. Landis has gotten his work in museum collections all over the country. So the story is pretty strange.
Yeah.
But kind of remarkable.
Amazing. Yeah, everybody's still going, huh? Okay. So, and the next one is Kings, Queens, and In-Betweens.
Right, and this is another film that's part of our Southern Circuit tour. So I think people know what drag queens are, but I don't think people are very familiar with drag kings. And really, it's a story about gender identity. And I think it's an important story that we're telling today because this is a topic that's in the news a lot these days. So it's very poignant, it's funny in places, it's also a really beautiful movie as well.
And it's a wonderful opportunity to hear the story behind it as well, and what they learned and how they came to where they are.
Right, important discussions for us to have, especially with university students. So,
well, as always, you continue to wow us on just, I don't know how you find the array. I mean, just really all over the board.
It is a little eclectic, which is a challenge for us,
Yeah.
but it's something we think is important to do.
It is, and it's great opportunities. Grammy Award-winning musicians, all the way down to those acrobats and
Sure.
all kinds of good
Yeah.
stuff. We did give everybody the dates. If you want to get your tickets, which highly recommend for some of these things that you get them now, you can go to their website. You can call that number right there on your screen and make sure that you get a seat at some of those upcoming events. And we'll be talking about them more in depth as they get a little bit closer too. Anita, great to have you back.
Thank you. Great to be back.
Came on a good day. We're talking chocolate, a little bit of dessert over there. What?
Yeah, chocolate. Chocolate is just right up there.
There they are. They are the Little Black Forest cakes, and Liz Bouchon is going to show us how to make them. Coming up next.
Can I get a microphone check, please? Let's get you
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Thank you.
Okay.
You know, two of my favorite tastes in the whole world are chocolate and cherry, and when you put them together, you've got a winner.
No.
And it just looks decadent, right?
It is. It is so good. and
Liz
so easy.
Bouchon back
Yes,
in our
right
kitchen.
here.
Always fun to have her. And of course, this time getting ready for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it's a little early, but the reason I wanted to tell everybody about Valentine's Day is because of this cute little new toy.
And when Liz gets a new toy,
know.
she gets excited.
Was this a Christmas present?
No.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
to me, it
For
was.
yourself, okay.
Yeah, yeah. No, this is a silicone baking mold, and I absolutely love it. I did a segment a couple of months ago, whatever,
Yeah.
using a round mold.
Right.
Right.
Well, I like the square shape, and I thought, what can I do with that? And you can bake in it. You can so you can put it in the oven, obviously. You can put it in the freezer, which is what we're going to do today. And it just pops out. The dessert is just so great.
They have a lot of different forms, right?
Yes, and I ordered this online from a company, ny.com.
Okay.
And it's got all kinds of baking supplies and things. You guys can go there and get it.
Very cool.
But you start with, this recipe starts with a cake, and the recipe I gave to everybody. So it has pudding in it, so it has to be kind of a firm cake in order to do what we're going to make, because you want the cake to be firm. So I put the cake in the freezer.
Okay.
And then if you want to cut out some more, I have a square cookie cutter. You can cut that out, or biscuit cutter. And then Chris, I'm going to put you to work by cutting these frozen cakes in half.
Very good.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to put one half in this mold.
Okay.
So I'm going to start doing that. We already have one in there. And then we're going to take some cherry jam and we're going to brush the cake layer. Because what we're going to add to this is 3 layers of cake with chocolate whipped cream between the layers.
Oh, how nice.
Yes. And I went ahead and whipped up the whipped cream because it's not hard to make, but it would just save us some time. And so we're just piping the whipped cream inside the mold.
Okay.
Now, how did you make the chocolate whipped cream?
Okay, this is really great. You take 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder and about 1/3 of a cup of confectioner sugar, and you mix it together in your mixer.
Okay.
And then you add your whipping cream, and you just beat it like normal.
Okay, very good.
So we added
That's
our
simple.
second layer, and then we're putting more jam.
Okay.
And we're going to pipe it again.
I'm starting to get the way this is working, Liz.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's really pretty
It's
easy.
almost like a little trifle.
It is. Hey, that's a brilliant thing.
And I love when you're making cakes and then using them for other things, because then if it's not just perfect, it's okay.
It is okay. Now this is the top layer.
Okay.
And I put the jam on the cake, and then I'm putting the top part of the cake into the mold.
Okay.
And we'll press it down. So we'll complete this whole thing, then you stick it in the freezer and you let it freeze and harden. And then we'll pop it out, and then we're going to cover it with chocolate ganache.
Oh, I love chocolate ganache.
I know.
Okay.
That's
I'll let you make up
excellent.
that
But you
one
could
so
do
folks
this.
at home can
You've got
see.
cherry
Yes.
jam here.
Yeah, cherry
but you
jam.
could do raspberry, any jam you like.
Absolutely. And you can do any cake you want. You can make lemon. You don't have to do this. And if you don't want to use a mold, you don't even have to use a mold.
You can make your own
You
little
could just do
tower.
your own little thing.
But the nice thing about this is you have those perfectly done squares. When you're using this mold, you're able to get that shape.
Get the shape, yes. But let me show you how to do it without having the mold. Now I kind of flatten the cake so you have it even. And you can not pipe it to the edge, because when you put the lid on, it's going to ooze out.
Okay. Boy, that chocolate whipped cream looks so delicious.
It is
I think Amy
good.
just wants to grab
I
that
know.
piping
I'm
bag
like, you know,
Yeah,
there
see,
are
look.
scraps.
and enjoy that.
Yeah, you can do that. Make it easy. And then put your top piece on. I like to have a nice finish on the top, because when you do the chocolate ganache,
You want it straight
square
across.
corners. Yeah, yeah.
All right, Liz, we're going to let you finish up your
All
mold
right.
here. When we come back, we're going to show you how to do the ganache and how to get the finishing touches on. And then later in the show, we're even going to show you how to serve it up so it's sassy looking on your table.
We're going to eat it.
LizBouchon.com. That's
I like the
something
way you
can
think,
do.
Liz. I like the way you think.
I'm going to eat it.
Testing 1 2 testing. Testing 1 2. Okay.
Mark your calendars for April 9th as the Thirsty Orange Brew Extravaganza returns to Johnson City, and this time it's in a new location. Stephanie Carson from Superfly Fabulous Events joins us this morning with all the details you need to know to enjoy this fabulous craft beer festival. Stephanie, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Made the trip over from Asheville today?
Absolutely. Glad to be back.
Now we're talking Thirsty Orange.
Yeah.
And first of all, I want to let everybody know that WJHL, News Channel 11, we're the new media sponsors
That's
for
right.
Thirsty
We're
Orange.
glad to have you guys.
Yeah, we're happy to be on board. That's great news.
Yeah.
Talk to us. New location. Tell us all the details.
Yeah, so it's a new location at Founders Park this year, and we know Founders Park does a great job hosting beer festivals because the Blue Hot Brouhaha, which we're also involved with, happens there, and it happens well. So we're happy to be in the new location. It's going to be a bigger location, so that's really nice because last year, you know, in the midst of that Millennium Center, we still felt crammed, which was crazy because we had so many people. So yeah, a new location, and today there's a special deal on tickets. Today only, general admission is $35.
Just today.
Just today. Tomorrow it goes to $40, and then the VIP or the first pour are $49.
Okay.
So you know you save about $5, and that's the cost of a craft beer. So why not?
And as time gets closer, you have different segments of time where tickets are going to go incrementally higher.
Exactly, exactly. This is not, you know, don't be a commitment phobe. You know you're going to come. You know you want to.
Don't wait to the last minute.
Don't wait to the last minute. There's going to be 150 craft beers, and it benefits Trout Unlimited, which
Right.
is a really great nonprofit.
Great organization.
Great. They care about clean water, and we care about clean water because that's how we make beer. And with all the breweries popping up in Tri-Cities,
Right.
water is important.
And talk to us about the theme. We're talking about a hula
Yes.
Hawaiian type theme.
This brewski is Hawaiian now, so
Right.
this hence my dress. So we encourage people to come out in your grass skirts and your flowers and just have a good time. And you know, it being January, it's hard to imagine warmer temperatures, but they will happen, and we're just ready to have a good time.
It's so fun to see what you come in because last time it was a dirndl.
Yeah,
I
you
got
never
that
know.
right. Got the dirndl for Oktoberfest, but Oktoberfest too. You know that's down the road, but right now. Thirsty Orange.
Thirsty
and
Orange.
This has just grown year after year.
It has, and the market has grown. I mean, now we've got a Tri-Cities Brewers Alliance, and
Right.
all the members from the Alliance are going to be there. And we have the Brewly Noted Trail, which is the trail that goes around all the breweries in this region. So, I mean, we are celebrating craft beer here, and we're becoming a destination for it,
Oh, yeah.
which is amazing. You know, even over above Nashville, Knoxville, Memphis, it's really cool to see.
And I saw the new tourism guide for Tennessee.
Yeah.
It's got Dolly Parton on the cover and everything. And when you look at the Northeast Tennessee section of that, a lot of it is about craft beer.
Absolutely. I mean, we've got more folks opening every day. You've got Yeehaw Brewing down the street here. You've got Johnson City Brewing here at Depot Street. And then there's folks in Bristol. Studio Brew is now open with a vengeance. You know, I saw you were there the other day.
I was.
So, and it's just really cool because a lot of these guys kind of got their start as we were getting our start. And now here we are. And we're really kind of setting the tone for craft beer, which is cool.
Talk about some of the other activities that are going around in addition to the beer tasting.
Sure. So we've got DJ Alan Rockhouse, who's from the area, and he's internationally known now, so he's coming back again. We've got the Run for the Booty color run that's going to be going on earlier that morning. We've also got the Tennessee Championship of Beers,
Right.
which is a big deal, and that's a professionally judged beer contest or judging. So it's cool because these brewers have incentive to bring their best, so you get to take advantage of that. And in every case, they're bringing something you can't get elsewhere. That's kind of their ticket into the festival. We ask them not to come if they can't bring something beyond a flagship or something that you can buy down at the grocery store.
All right. Stephanie, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for
We're
having
looking
me.
so forward to this.
Yeah,
We
we're
love being
excited.
on board as media sponsor. That's going to be a lot of fun too. It is the Thirsty Orange Brew Extravaganza. I love that name. April 9th, Founders Park here in Johnson City, right off of downtown. You got that? You can go to all the restaurants. Everything's available down there during the festival. Tickets are on sale right now, and get them today. Go to thirstyorange.com because you're going to get a little price break there. Don't wait to the last moment.
Well, of course, on the show today, we are showing you how to make these amazing little desserts for Valentine's Day. But more importantly, we're also going to show you how to serve them because it's all about presentation, as
It
we
is.
well know.
Yes. Well, I'm Liz Bashong, and I'm so excited to be here to show everybody how to do this tablescape.
And it's pretty easy. It's just putting a lot of different elements together to create that overall romantic look.
Yes, and it started with a dessert. I always like to start with food. I don't know why that is, but I
don't know
love,
either.
I know. It's
But
really
we love
funny.
that you do.
I know, I like it. It's fun. And you know, I know everybody's on a diet. In fact, I was telling Amy that we just got off of a 10-day detox, and so that's kind of crazy. Now I'm into desserts again, but you know, it's okay.
Yeah, every little thing
Every
in
little
moderation,
thing. I
right?
know, exactly. So we started with the cake. So it's black, red, and white. So I had this black and white tablecloth. Some of you may have seen it because I use it quite a bit. And then I had the red chargers from Christmas. I used those. And then I used my regular dinner plates, the white, porcelain white. Everybody needs a set of porcelain white dinner plates.
Which actually, I took your advice. You said that a couple years ago, and I went out, and it's amazing. It's like a base for everything.
Everything, absolutely. And then I had some little coffee cups, demist coffee cups, and you can put a dessert in there if you want to. You can put a cupcake or whatever you want, or candy. And then accented with the tulips being red. And then what's really kind of fun, I had these glass canisters with the floating candles, and I just wrapped wrapping paper around the base. And it's fun to mix pattern and color. As long as you've got the same color family, you can mix pattern. You know, just don't go too crazy with it.
So you're doing some chevrons, and we're doing some stripes and some polka dots all together.
Yes, all in the same color family.
Love that. Very nice.
And simple napkin fold, just stick it in a cup, or you can do a fancier fold if you want.
Very nice. And then the flower in the front, and I love those different little vases. Anything that has different color or different shapes and sizes.
Right, and that could be a take-home favor if you wanted to give everybody a gift as they leave, which I always like to give a little something when somebody comes for dinner. I always like to have a take-home something. Maybe a little dessert, or you could box up one of the little desserts in a cute little box and send it home. Or take the flower or whatever.
That is lovely.
So it's just fun.
And I love that you're using that stacking. It seems like that is so popular right now, whether it's the chargers all the way up for the dinner plates, or seeing it even on your dessert presentation.
Yes, that we like to layer, and you know, you do that in interiors too. You layer clothing, you do that, and you layer in the home when you're doing houseware things and furniture and linens and all that. So it's the same principle, but we're just applying it to the table and the tablescape. So
and Valentine's Day is one of those holidays that it's just fun, whether you're doing it for a spouse or a loved one or the kids, or just making something special for someone.
Exactly, and you can make this a little bit more fun and festive if you wanted to. I mean, you don't have to have the little coffee cup. You could put a little cute candy dish and put candy in there, or you could have a little invitation to something, or there's just all kinds of options that you can
I love what you're able to do. And you said just take baby steps, you know, start sort of collecting some of these things and you'll be surprised.
And I'll just share this with everybody. It only cost me $3 to do this tablescape this time, other than the food, because I had the white plates, I had the black and white, I had the wrapping paper, and I had the napkins. So it was just a matter of going through what I had and recreating something really pretty and festive. And if you start with that dinner plate, you know, the white classic things, you know, and then when you go shopping and you're out and you see a beautiful little salad plate, pick it up, because you never know when you might need it or might want to use it. And so that's kind of what I do.
And I'm always surprised when I go through my own cabinets at what I have that I forgot I had, or that I can change up just a little bit.
Yes.
And it'll work.
Yeah. Oh, and I was going to tell you too, on my blog, if people will go to lizbushong.com, they can download a free PDF of Valentine recipes. I have a little e-cookbook on there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's really great. I think you all would like it.
And it's free. You can download it.
Well,
it's
you
her
do have
Valentine
to, you do
gift
have to
you.
subscribe to the email.
And
then you get it free.
You get to subscribe to the email,
Yeah,
though.
but then, and I don't bombard people with emails. I don't do that.
Very nice. Well, it is lizbushong.com for more information, and you can check out her blog there. She is serving it up sassy. We're going to finish telling you how to make these lovely desserts coming up a little later in the show. Good to see you, Liz. We'll let you go back to the kitchen now.
Okay, gotta get with it.
We'll be back right after this. All right, welcome back to Daytime Tri-Cities on our Thursday morning. Going to be a little warmer out there today. I'm looking forward to that warm up, aren't you?
Oh, yes.
Ooh, nice
up to
change.
50.
But then, you know, back to the Arctic air of January, which I guess it is the season.
There's no snow right now, so I'm happy.
It can be as cold as it wants to be. Just don't snow, right?
That's exactly right.
Hey, yesterday spent some time at Meadowview getting ready for the big chamber dinner.
I'm actually heading over right after the show today to get my measurements for my tux.
Ooh.
Yeah. And this year we're going to do it a little different. This year, you know, in the past you've done your dresses and people get to pick which dress you're going to get to pick which tux I wear this year. So we're going to have 3 tuxes to choose from, and I'm going to go get fitted today. So
I am looking forward to that. And then, of course, right next to Moon Tuxedo is the Encounter. So the same day, you're going to get fitted today, and then we're going to see your options, and I'm going to take you over to the Encounter too, and you're going to get to select which dress that I wear. I've got about 5 that I'm looking at right now, so I'm going to need a lot of
just
help.
5.
Yes. Of course, last year I had limited options because, you know, I was awfully large as I was getting ready to
I'm trying to
have a
decide
baby.
whether I'm going to go with the purple velvet or the bright blue, like with the ruffled shirt.
I think you should live on the edge a little bit and try some different options. Actually, I like that.
Well, I could wait till you see what color your dress is going to be, so we don't clash.
It could be interesting, right? All right, it is time to get a check of our weather forecast. We're going to toss it over to Jeremy now.
Happy Thursday, everybody. We're going to see a lot of weather changes coming in over the next several days. In fact, each day is going to be very different through the next 7 days. Sunshine, today is going to be the nicest day, really, with sunshine 53, 28 tonight, 49 clouds and rain late tomorrow afternoon. And those temperatures continue to go downhill from here. 42 Saturday, 34 on Sunday. And it gets even colder next week. Monday, Tuesday, the coldest day of the season, with highs only in the 20s. And look at Monday night, single-digit temperatures. Very, very cold there, and we'll continue to see a chance of snow showers into early next week.
Back in the kitchen with Liz Bouchon, and I tell you, one of Amy's favorites, chocolate ganache.
All-time favorites.
Smell it.
It's so perfect. And Liz taught me how to make it a couple years ago, and it was one of those things that I always thought it just sounded fancy, so I didn't think I could make it. And she was like, no, I promise this is easy.
Okay, so tell them how to make it.
You're going to basically melt some chocolate chips, and then you're going to stir in some heavy cream. Am I right?
Perfect.
And that's it.
And just keep stirring.
Heavy cream has to be warm
Yes.
to melt the chocolate.
And you actually do it in the microwave, don't you?
Yes.
Okay.
I heat the cream in the microwave.
Okay.
And then I pour the cream over the chocolate chips.
And it melts them.
And it melts them. And I like to use mini chocolate chips, or you can use chopped chocolate, whatever you want to use with that.
Now, do you use the dark chocolate or the milk chocolate?
I do the dark
semi-sweet?
chocolate, semi-sweet,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
We
Which
like
is
dark chocolate.
surprising because sometimes semi-sweet will have that bitter taste, but when you're mixing it with the cream, somehow it
And the
just
cake
turns
and the
into a
cream,
rich
yes,
chocolate.
It's just awesome.
And I love it's shiny when you get done with it.
Yes.
That's what's really nice.
I know. Okay, so I'm still stirring this because I've got a couple little chips in there that are stubborn and they don't want to melt. Well, we're just going to dig them out.
All right.
So how do
something
you
else.
know when it's done? Because you just stir
When
until
it's thick. Now, if I let this set, you can make truffles out of this.
and those are delicious too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But what we're going to do, because we're going to pour this over the entire cake, we want it kind of liquidy, which is, this is liquidy.
Okay.
And this is our cakes. This is the Black Forest mini cakes, and it has the chocolate whipped cream in between the layers of the
Yes.
chocolate cake.
And the cherry
And the
jam.
cherry
And the
jam.
cherry jam, thank you. And so here we go. We're just going to take a scoop of this.
Just a nice scoop. And you've kind of elevated the cakes. You put them on one of these little pans
Yes,
here.
you have a baking sheet
On a
lined with
rack.
parchment, because what happens is the chocolate's going to drip through, and you want to save that chocolate.
Yeah, 'cause you
for-
wanna eat
to do
that
more-
chocolate.
Well, you want to cook more cakes.
Sure, that too.
Yeah, yeah. So see how you just
Oh,
pour
look
that
at
on
that.
there? It almost reminds me of the hot fudge cake like you had mentioned before.
I
at
know.
Shoney's.
Look at that.
Yeah. Now what you do is you take a flat edge spatula and you kind of go on the top like this and move
okay.
it back and forth. And see, there's one of those little chips. Get out
So
of there.
just get out. I
You
love
might
it.
have
You
to
can
eat
have that for a
him.
little snack.
Yeah.
So you almost want to make sure it goes all, you're like frosting the mini cake at
Yes,
this point.
yes.
Okay, with the ganache.
Yes.
which is just
And I can't
delicious.
see what that looks like on the front. But anyway, you want to cover the whole entire thing. So I'm going to add more.
Okay. Because you
Wow.
want a good thick layer.
Yes, and if you have like corners like over here, you know, just add more until you get it all covered all over.
And
That
you
looks-
said it's okay that we have this extra, because I was thinking, I mean, I thought we'd have
Yeah.
a little dab on the pan that we would,
No,
but
you'll
you've
have a-
got quite a bit on the pan, so you said you can
Yes.
reuse it.
Yes. And there's
Okay.
another little dot. But you know what? That's kind of a decorative piece. I'm
It
going to leave
is.
that
Let's
in there.
just leave
And we'll
that.
cover it up with whipped cream so nobody even know it's there. And they'll just
Okay.
bite into it and get something really delicious. But it's great if you will start with the cake being frozen first, because it helps keep everything in line.
Helps
don't
the
get any
chocolate adhere.
crumbs.
Yes. Exactly. So we're
Every
gonna-
time you take it and then you go over there, I was like, oh, I just,
I want to take it. I want to eat
Amy's
some.
just wanting to get in this bowl. Is what
Here
it
you
is.
go.
There you
You can
go.
have the
bad.
spoon.
It's just
Little
bad.
treat for you.
Okay, so then after this sets like this, you're going to put it in the refrigerator and let it set
Okay.
because it needs to get cold.
And we're going to let you do that, and then we're going to come back at the end of the show and
And
check
we're
it
gonna
out.
eat it.
It's going to
Yay.
be so much fun. LizBouchon.com for more information, and don't forget you can always sign up for her newsletter as well. Good stuff. It's so good.
Ah, thank you.
Once again, we're here in Kingsport at Performance Medicine. I'm joined by Dr. Tom Rogers. And Dr. Tom, you went on a very special seminar, a trip this past weekend. Tell us about that.
Well, I got invited to the White House to a forum on men's health. And it's the first opportunity I've had like this. Really, the reason I got to go is because the president of the Tennessee Men's Health Network had invited me. So it was a good opportunity to kind of see at a high level what they're thinking about men's health, which is my specialty really over anything.
What was the big eye opener for you? What was the big subject that really just got your attention?
Well, there are a lot of things, but my expertise is really on prevention and getting men to lose weight, replacing their hormones. But this forum was really more about how men are at risk, because men, we grow up kind of macho.
Right.
We ignore a lot of good advice thrown our way. We tend to not get screening tests that men need to start doing, like prostate, PSAs, colonoscopies, prevention of heart disease. As you know, men are more unhealthy than women are.
Right.
There's a lot more obesity, alcoholism, smoking, hypertension, heart disease, cancer, suicide. One of the main things we talked about was mental health, and 4 out of 5 suicide completions are men. So there's a lot more mental illness, and so the focus of this whole conference was really to get men themselves to take responsibility, and for the ones that love them, i.e. women,
Right.
to be able to help guide them in seeing a primary care physician to kind of get them to think about getting some preventive medical services.
Do you see, we were talking earlier, when I turned 50, my doctor told me, you got to get this done, this done, this done, gave me a whole checklist of things to get done. It might be time for us to start thinking maybe even earlier to get those things done.
I think earlier, they pointed out that, girls, when they're kids and teenagers, they see a pediatrician, so do boys.
Right.
Now, when girls transition into college, they start going to the gynecologist.
Right.
Well, boys don't have anybody that kind of specializes in men's health.
Right.
So a lot of them just forget about seeing any kind of doctor. The primary care doctor really needs to fill that role. And one of my main interests as I've gotten older is men's health, because there's nobody else that really does it.
Right.
By default a lot of times, because men start getting low testosterone and some issues like that. Lowered libido brings a lot of men to the doctor,
Right.
or ED, or those kind of issues. But by default, the urologists have gotten a lot of those because men automatically think it's their plumbing, when actually what they need is a primary care doctor that's very familiar with that, as well as prevention of heart disease.
Right.
Like when I see a man with ED, the first thing I think about is heart disease,
Right.
because it's a circulatory.
Because of the blood flow.
Exactly right. So I think the primary care doc is in a good position to really lead these men on to healthier, happier lives.
Are you seeing, you spoke about guys being macho, guys putting it off, I'm supposed to just tough it out, rub some dirt on it and go on.
Right.
That is not the way to look at your health, is it?
No,
as
it's
a
really
man?
not. And when you look at the statistics on men and how unhealthy they are, it's really scary, especially with the mental health issues,
Right.
and the smoking and the drinking,
Right.
and the lack of screening. They don't come in for physicals. In my practice, my specialty is really men's health, but I end up seeing more women than men because they come in more frequently.
All right, Dr. Tom Rogers, thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Been in Washington, D.C., learning more about men's health, and he's here to help you, whether you're man, woman, child. He's here to help you with your health issues, no matter what they are. And you can find out even more information by checking out performancemedicine.net.
The preceding portion of Daytime was sponsored by